I thought it was the next bit. Is that not it?
Well, there you go. But as you probably gathered by now, it is finally time. So much planning has gone into this, but it is the Seth Rollins episode of the Graduate Scheme. The first person who's left our podcast and has flourished like a big, beautiful butterfly.
The first one who is basically has done enough in their career for us to take a look back and look forward maybe at the same time.
And you say has done enough in their career. This man has pretty much done it all.
He has.
He will go down as one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time, which is fairly high praise, but he is a man who can safely say has done it all and is still only to this day 35 years old.
So still has a long time left if he wants to wrestle.
He's just 35 years old, which is the worrying thing. And he's also got a pretty cool wife, but we'll get onto that.
She will probably get her own special at some point.
She probably will get her own special at some point.
She needs to debut first.
She needs to debut, as Matt Riddle coined it.
Yep.
So, Colby Lopez, born May the 28th, 1986, is an American professional wrestler, trainer, and actor. He is currently signed to the WWE, where he performs on the SmackDown brand under the ring name Seth Rollins. He is known by his nicknames The Architect, which he received as part of The Shield, and the Kingslayer, from when he killed Triple H.
Was he not the Beast Slayer as well?
Yeah, he was the Beast Slayer. When he killed Sam's ex-wife, Lauren.
You're a fucking twat.
Pull it together, man. What's wrong with you?
I just weren't expecting you to say that.
You can edit that bit out and send it to Sam specifically.
No, we're keeping that in. That's fucking brilliant. Made me pop.
Brilliant. We continue. We move. So, prior to signing with WWE, Lopez wrestled under the ring name Tyler Black for Ring of Honor Wrestling. He was part of the Age of the Fool stable, debuting alongside Jimmy Jacobs and Lacey. During his time in Ring of Honor, he held the Ring of Honor World Championship once and the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships twice with Jacobs. He's won the 2009 Survival of the Fittest tournament. He has also wrestled for various independent promotions, including Full Impact Pro, where he was a one-time Full Impact Pro World Heavyweight Champion, as well as Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, where he was a one-time Pro Wrestling Guerrilla World Tag Team Champion, also with Jimmy Jacobs. Signing with WWE in 2010, he was sent to developmental territory Florida Championship Wrestling, where he was renamed Seth Rollins, becoming the inaugural FCW Grand Slam champion. After WWE rebranded FCW into NXT, he became the inaugural NXT champion. He debuted on WWE's main roster at the 2012 Survivor Series as part of a faction called The Shield alongside Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. So, yeah, absolutely done it all, this man. Characterised for his ability to reinvent himself, Rollins is considered as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of the 2010s, having won multiple championships and headlined many pay-per-view events. Rollins has set numerous records with his time in WWE, with the most notable having been beaten Roman Reigns and John Cena in a record hour and 5-minute gauntlet match performance. He is the first and only wrestler to cash in their Money in the Bank contract at WrestleMania, and he is one of only two men, along with Goldberg, to pin Brock Lesnar twice and has taken the World Championship from him 3 times, becoming the only wrestler in history to achieve such a feat. So, there you've got it. Give me some thoughts on Seth Rollins.
He's done everything. He is, if you could sort of write down your perfect career in the WWE, he's just done everything.
Yeah, outside of, I'd probably say outside of Edge, there's probably no one with a better overall career than Rollins. If you look at his achievements on paper, he has literally done everything there probably is to do.
Yeah.
He's set a lot of records, he's beaten a lot of people,
He's won everything.
Absolutely.
He's been Mr. Money in the Bank. He's won the Royal Rumble. He's main evented WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He's won the title at Mania. He's won various titles at Mania.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kicked off the show. He's main evented the show.
Yeah.
He's received the best RKO.
Yeah, that was a great RKO.
Yeah, absolutely. It was the best RKO.
And won the title in the same event as well. Which we will get to cover at some point on the podcast when we get to WrestleMania 31.
Absolutely.
That'll be a great one.
Oh, it will be good. It will be good.
And he also had that Hell in a Cell match.
He also had that Hell in a Cell match, yes.
Yeah.
So, early life. Lopez was born on May the 28th, 1986 in Buffalo, Iowa, which he still resides in today. He is of Armenian, German and Irish descent. His surname, Lopez, comes from his elder brother Brandon's Mexican-American father, whom Rollins considers his own father, as seen in WWE 24. He graduated from Davenport West High School in 2004, and as a teenager, he was an introvert with a big fan of rock and heavy metal music who lived a straight-edge lifestyle. Rollins trained at a wrestling school owned by Danny Daniels on the border of Chicago and Oak Park in Illinois. So, yeah, early on, probably didn't foresee himself becoming a big wrestler. He did the local scenes. I first heard of him for a lot of his work. He basically had a very, very big debut. There was a big storyline going on with the Age of the Fall. Don't know if you've ever heard of the Age of the Fall.
You've mentioned them a couple of times on the podcast.
Yeah, they have a crazy debut where basically it's I think it's a ladder war between Steen Erico and the Briscoes, I want to say. The Briscoes are basically the main thing in it, where Jimmy Jacobs, there's basically like messages or emails being sent. There's a blog made, and the blog is saying personal things towards the owner of Ring of Honor at the time, and everyone's going, who's responsible, blah, 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 blah. No one really knows what's going on. Playing the internet at the time, which was a big thing, because,
wasn't probably really done at that point.
No, definitely not. So it was a really interesting thing. But yes, it's absolutely crazy. It's one of the craziest debuts I think I've ever seen. So it was at Man Up. Black made his debut alongside Jacobs and the Necro Butcher, with the three men attacking the Briscoe brothers, hanging Jay Briscoe from the light rigging fashioned as a noose. They hang him from his feet, so his body's coming down, and at this point he's bleeding. So what happens is, Jacobs is in a white coat, and he stands underneath him, and his blood drips onto Jacobs. So the white coat's covered in blood from Jay Briscoe. He then continues to wear that coat show after show.
Really?
It's honestly, if I can find you the video, I'll show it you in a moment. It
sounds mad.
It's a really, if there's a picture, the picture says it all.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, so the three formed a stable called the Age of the Fall. The angle was so controversial, Ring of Honor decided to remove the footage from the pay-per-view that was being taped at the event. Black later made his Ring of Honor in-ring debut later that night in a dark match, wrestling Jack Evans to a no contest. So, yeah, he goes on to do that. There's a lot of things. He then breaks away from the Age of the Fall and ends up becoming, in his apex, the Ring of Honor champion. He was in Ring of Honor at the same time as quite a lot of legendary Ring of Honor competitors. Kevin Steen, Nigel McGuinness, Bryan Danielson. So there's a lot of people. A lot of
top guys in that company.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah, man. So many good people in that company at that time. In September 2009, Black took a hiatus after receiving surgery on his neck, which actually is not, touch wood, come to bother him, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Just in a small injury.
Generally, when people have any form of neck surgery, it's pretty much a recurring thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for him to not have any issues with it afterwards is pretty much a minor miracle.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, at a later event, Black pinned Austin Aries to win the Ring of Honor World Championship. On April the 3rd, Black retained the title in a three-way elimination match against Aries and Strong at the Big Bang pay-per-view. Interestingly, Black turned into a villain at the August 20th tapings at Ring of Honor Wrestling after news broke that he had signed a developmental contract with WWE. He threatened to take the ROH World Championship with him to WWE and refused to put the championship at stake in a match with Davey Richards on August 28th, which he then lost by submission. On September the 11th at Glory by Honor 9, in his final Ring of Honor appearance, he lost the ROH Championship to Roderick Strong in a no disqualification match with Terry Funk as guest enforcer, ending his reign at 210 days and 7 successful title reigns. Title defences, which equates to 1 title defence a month.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just go over some of his accomplishments because he has absolutely done it all. It's crazy to think how much he's done. He's even appeared in the Jetsons and WWE Robo WrestleMania, which is quite impressive.
Has he?
He has indeed. He's also appeared in Sharknado: The Fourth Awakens.
As himself, or...?
It says the role here is Astrotech Lopez.
Never seen it.
Me either.
No.
He also appears on Extreme Makeover Weight Loss Edition.
Why?
Well, he's not trying to lose weight.
No,
he encourages
yeah.
someone to lose weight. There we go.
I feel like they probably just should have shown them one of his early NXT promos.
Exactly, mate.
And they definitely would have had the motivation to lose weight.
Just a bit. So, championships and accomplishments. We'll get onto this quickly because he has a lot of these.
Yeah, I'll let you run through.
Yeah, Absolutely Intense Wrestling champion. AAW heavyweight champion 2 times. AAW tag champion twice with Marek Brave and Jimmy Jacobs. Florida Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion. Jack Briscoe 15 champion. FCW Florida tag team champion. Can you guess who he was tag team champions with in FCW? They have appeared on the podcast.
Have they?
They have.
Oh, is it someone like Alex Riley?
Oh, it's not.
Would that have been a good one though?
No.
Or was it close?
Not really. They're no longer on the podcast.
Oh. Was it what's his name from The Ascension? Kenneth Cameron?
No. It's Richie Steamboat.
Okay.
I know. Jack Briscoe Classic 2011 champion and the first FCW Grand Slam champion, winning every title that they had to offer. Full Impact Pro heavyweight champion. IWA Mid-South Light heavyweight champion. MCPW, which is Mr. Chainsaw Productions Wrestling world champion.
Interesting name.
Amazing name.
Yeah.
NWA Midwest Tag Team Champion with Marek Brave. PWG Tag Team Champion with Jimmy Jacobs. Pro Wrestling Illustrated gave him Feud of the Year 2014 versus Dean Ambrose. Most Hated Wrestler of the Year 2015 and 2020. Tag Team of the Year 2013 with Roman Reigns. Wrestler of the Year 2015 and ranked number 1 in the top 500 PWI 500 in 2015 and 2019. Ring of Honor World Champion, Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion twice, Ring of Honor Championship number 1 Contenders Tournament winner, Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship Tournament winner with Jimmy Jacobs, ROH Survival of the Fittest Tournament, Rolling Stone Best Briefly Resurrected Storyline with Dean Ambrose, Most Puzzling New Finisher with him using the pedigree, Most Smothered In-Ring Potential 2014. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Ranked number 9 of the 10 best WWE wrestlers of 2016. Sports Illustrated ranked him number 3 of the best top 10 singles wrestlers in 2018. Wrestling Observer Newsletter gave him Tag Team of the Year 2013 with Roman Reigns. And they gave him Worst Feud of the Year 2013, Worst Feud of the Year 2019, and Worst Match of the Year 2019. Yes, you are right. Half of those are with The Fiend. And in WWE, I mean, this is a crazy list of things. He is a 2-time WWE champion, 2-time Universal champion, 1-time and inaugural NXT champion, 2-time Intercontinental champion, 1-time United States champion, 6-time Tag Team champion, Money in the Bank winner 2014, Men's Royal Rumble winner 2019, won the Gold Rush tournament in 2012, 29th Triple Crown champion, 11th Grand Slam champion under the current format. He's won 9 Slammy Awards, including Anti-Gravity Moment of the Year for diving off the balcony at Payback. Breakout Star of the Year, Double Cross of the Year, Faction of the Year 2 times, Fan Participation, Match of the Year, Superstar of the Year, and Hashtag of the Year, Believe in the Shield. WWE End of Year Award for Best Reunion, and Bumpy Award, Best Dressed of Half Year with Sonya Deville.
Is that like a thing for this year with all these suits that has been done?
Yeah, absolutely. Had to give him a way of doing it somehow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he sort of exploded onto the main roster. He got in the Shield. After getting in the Shield, wow, what could be said? Arguably one of the greatest factions, if not the greatest faction of all time. Seth ended up splitting up the Shield and then feuding with Dean Ambrose. After feuding with Dean Ambrose, he moved on to a feud with Triple H.
Straight afterwards?
Yeah. He did a few things. He got injured first.
Presume this was as he was on the turn.
On the turn?
As in, like, he turning from heel to face.
I was going, on the turn sounds very dodgy.
No, I'm not talking like milk or anything, but after the match, they had to be the Universal Champion after Finn Balor had to vacate the title.
Yes. Well, it was slightly before that, actually, because around this time, this is when he was in his first WWE title reign. He got injured at a live event in Ireland. And he tore his ACL, MCL, and the medial meniscus in his knee, and was then out for 9 months.
I mean, he still finished the match.
Yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah, he did the sunset flip, and then like, I want to finish the match. So
which is such a basic move as well. It's such a weird one to injure yourself on.
I wouldn't say it's a basic move, but it's one of those where if you land incorrectly, damage be done. And then landing on it to give Kane a pedigree probably was not the best move in the world.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was a weird one really, but he ended up, he was in quite a bit of pain and quite a bit of trouble. So he ended up vacating the WWE title, ending his reign at 220 days. He then went away, and then at Extreme Rules on May the 22nd, 2016, he returned from injury to attack Roman Reigns with the pedigree after his WWE title match against AJ Styles. So he went on to do that. Rollins competed in the inaugural Universal title match against Finn Balor at SummerSlam, in which he was defeated by Balor. So Balor then, obviously, got injured, as you say. So on Raw, they tried to crown a new champion, which Triple H turned on Rollins. And Kevin Owens won the title. He then feuded with Owens a little bit before a big match with Triple H at WrestleMania. Interesting stuff, huh?
Really interesting. They obviously saved that. They must have had that planned, like to have Rollins go against Triple H at the start of the year. Like, this is how we're going to plan it out.
Exactly.
We'll give him Kevin Owens for the moment. We'll use this, dicey Kevin Owens as champ.
Yeah.
And he's going to obviously win through bullshittery, and then we're going to turn it up after Survivor Series or whenever they decided to turn the heat up, because he turned up at an NXT takeover, didn't he? And then cut a promo against Triple H and got dragged out.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's an interesting one really, because a lot of this stuff, I feel like the last couple of years he has stagnated quite a lot in terms of they're just not doing good stuff with him. There is a Shield reunion that goes on. He then has a few championship reigns doing all sorts of different stuff. He has an amazing Intercontinental title match again at SummerSlam. He's just like Bret Hart always did his best stuff at SummerSlam. He never did his best stuff at WrestleMania. Bret Hart was Mr. SummerSlam, and Rollins was also Mr. SummerSlam. Every year Rollins has had amazing matches at SummerSlam.
Can you not sort of name any takeover, but the WrestleMania matches that Rollins has really excelled in?
Yes, but more his consistency at SummerSlam is higher.
Okay, fair enough. I get that point, and at the same time, yeah, he has. Like, his match with Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title, his match with Lesnar for the Universal title, his tag team match,
the Balor match as well. Just a lot of good stuff. The Cena match where he beats Cena.
Yeah, where he wins
for both titles.
Yeah, where he wins the US title and the WWE title.
See, his consistency at SummerSlam is phenomenal. He's had really good matches at SummerSlam. Then obviously we move into the Messiah gimmick where he picks up Murphy and all this stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff really. A lot of good stuff that he does throughout his career, and I feel like in terms of a wrestler in the modern day WWE, he's probably one person that they would, because I feel like WWE now has a bit of a crossroads where they don't really know what they want in terms of style or person. And I think the person who probably embodies that the most in terms of style, personality, look, work rate, work ethic, being a champion, all those things. He definitely must hit high on a lot of those. Like, if you were going to look at anyone and say, this is the guy, or this is the sort of person we want going forward, surely their first person would be Seth Rollins.
Has to be. He's done a bit of everything. He's proven that he's very versatile. If he's given, he can do a face run, he can do a heel run, he can be a guy you build up and knock back down again, and shown as very resilient on TV.
Not only that, he's very good as a face, but he's very good as a heel.
Yeah,
he's a great heel.
I think they just stuck with him in the sense of, because they've done so much with him, and the roster is just at a point where say he's on SmackDown at the moment, you've got a dominant Roman Reigns for a change, which is the guy they've always wanted to push anyway, and he's finally somewhat over with the fans, but he's not, because he's still Roman Reigns, but the style is 10 times better, and they don't want to ruin that momentum. So
yeah,
they're just at a crossroads.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff. I feel that he's the sort of person as well. You can rely on him to have a good match with anyone. I'm really excited for his upcoming match with Edge at SummerSlam. I feel like
that's going to be great.
That's going to be a really, really good match. But yeah, in terms of like where he's come from, and he was also probably the last great success story of wrestlers coming out of Ring of Honor. I mean, you can make that case for Adam Cole, but Adam Cole, slightly different in the fact that really, when you look at Cole, he's not done anything outside of NXT, first of all, and secondly, he's not had success on the level that Rollins has. Rollins was, when they had that big period of signing Danielson, who went on to be obviously a world champion, a main event player for years, and now they've done the same with Rollins, and I feel like he was sort of the last of that generation of wrestler.
Oh, definitely. In a sense of, he has also come in, he's done stuff on the main roster where Adam Cole, as successful as he's been on NXT, he's never had a main roster push. There's a difference between doing it in one brand and then doing it nationwide TV.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, he's the sort of person, given his age and stuff like that, he is absolutely perfect. He's had a brilliant career up until here. And if he stopped tomorrow, he'd be one of the most decorated wrestlers ever. So to think where he could be in 5, 10 years is quite scary. And that sort of success was bred for him in NXT, which is great. Yeah. You can see on our podcast, he was doing things and, that's still in line with his character today in terms of stuff moves that he was doing, and promos that he was cutting. The difference in promos is him in NXT and like now in his current character is wild.
Yeah, but you'd expect that after so many years of development and getting your character nailed on and absolutely precise. But even when we started watching him, he was only in NXT for probably 6 months.
If that, yeah, maybe
if anything,
months, maybe
less than that. But in that 6 months, he was, coming on leaps and bounds. His match quality was never bad. I don't think he ever had a bad match in NXT.
No, but how polished he is now compared to, again, NXT.
Yeah, it's crazy. You won't get anyone coming in like that again, I think.
No, he properly smashed it. He even had to overcome them when they stopped him using the curb stomp. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and he went into using the Skywalker instead.
No. They stopped him using the curb stomp on the main roster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he had to use the pedigree.
That was just part of his heel turn, wasn't it?
No, they actually wouldn't let him use the curb stomp because it was probably dangerous or something. But then, yeah, apparently Vince McMahon thought it was a cruel move for their top champion to use. However, he started using it again in January 2018. A little bit of fun for you. Let's talk about Seth Rollins' girlfriends.
His girlfriends?
All I'm going to say is, well, before he got married to Becky Lynch, he had a type.
He had a type?
Yes.
Go on.
unbelievably.
Am I going to know any of these?
No, but it's interesting. So he resides in Moline, Illinois. He is an atheist and is a fan of the Chicago Bears and the St. Louis Cardinals. In 2014, he opened a wrestling school, the Black and the Brave Wrestling Academy, a professional wrestling school in Moline, Illinois. So that was done with his former tag team partner, Marek Brave. So Black, Tyler Black, Brave, Marek Brave, the Black and the Brave Wrestling School.
Ah, I like it.
There you go. In February 2019, he opened a coffee shop called 329 Deport in his hometown of Davenport, Iowa. So if you ever go to America and you ever go to Davenport, Iowa, go and check out his coffee shop.
They show it on his comeback video.
They do.
They do on the WWE network, and it's one of those places I'd love to go because I'm a massive sort of coffee fan. I can't help going into town, and that's the first thing if we're going to do anything is grabbing a coffee. So somewhere I'd like to go, definitely.
Now, are you ready for this?
Go on.
On February the 9th, 2015, a nude photo of former NXT wrestler Zara Schreiber, reportedly Lopez's girlfriend, was posted to his social media accounts whilst he was wrestling on Raw, the contents of which are automatically republished by WWE.com. Soon after, nude photos of Lopez were posted on the Twitter page of his then fiancée, Layla Schultz. In response, Lopez apologised for private photographs that were distributed without my consent. On February 25th, 2016, Lopez revealed he had broken up with Schreiber, but did not say what had caused the split. So basically what happened was, he was engaged to this woman, Layla Schultz, who I must say is extraordinarily attractive. And it was amazing because when they split up, she put the ring on thingy,
like eBay or something like
that. And then someone found it and was like, oh my god. And then it got posted all over Squared Circle. Yeah, it was really funny. But here is Layla Schultz. She still lives in Iowa to this day. Okay, cool. Can't log on to Instagram. Let me stop.
He has a type, this man.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to see the next few, but yeah.
Very, very, very pretty lady.
How long were they together for?
How long were they together for?
Yeah.
They were together for... They were high school sweethearts. They were in high school, yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
I need my charger.
Dave's laptop has decided to die at probably the most inappropriate time possible while recording this. It's fantastic.
So you've got Layla Schultz, who he was dating.
Yeah.
Then they split up. And then he got with this Zara Schreiber girl who was in NXT. And I'll show you a picture of her in a moment. However, you've also got this nice picture here at the Hall of Fame. That's a different woman to Layla. That's not Layla Schultz. That is a different woman.
That's a different woman?
I know. It's unbelievable. And she's also incredibly good looking. So yeah, unbelievably, that's a different woman. So he then goes out with Zara Schreiber, who also goes out with Sonya Deville because she is bisexual, which is interesting. So there she is with her new fella that they've had babies with. But yeah, that's her. He then goes out with this girl.
Oh, okay. Is this the one who's like nudes appeared alongside his?
He
at the same
actually
time?
appears at a takeover event with her.
Oh, it's Takeover New York.
Yeah.
Is that the first one, I presume?
Maybe, yeah. Then he goes out with some girl called Alexandria. Oh, that was it. Yeah, he then goes out with this girl who looks exactly the same as his first girlfriend.
They literally all look the same.
He has a type, doesn't he?
Yeah, he definitely does.
I've never seen...
Funnily enough, Becky doesn't look like any of them.
I know. It's ironic, actually, that I don't think I've ever seen anyone with more of a type.
Yeah. It is a bit mad.
he, you know, clearly just has a big type, doesn't he? So yeah, and then they split up and he's single for a little bit, and then he starts dating Becky, and then gets married to Becky Lynch, which is great. They go and get married. They've had a child. That's super.
Great for them.
Great for them.
Great for them.
And they've been together for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. But yeah, it is interesting. But yeah, basically there was a big thing where he was cheating on Layla with Zara. So she went onto his Instagram account and then posted a picture of the Zara girl naked that she'd sent him, and then posted a picture of him naked on his on her Instagram so that he can delete it whilst he was wrestling. So yes,
unbelievable.
Not ideal. So don't screw over women.
No. Just don't screw over anyone like that. There's no need.
In nicer news, on September the 10th, 2019, he found out that he had a brother and a sister after taking DNA tests that he didn't know existed.
Yeah, that was on the thing as well.
Yeah, so
that was on the episode they did for him returning.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. He managed to...
He had him backstage at... Was it Extreme Rules?
I don't know, but I thought it was nice.
Yeah, I think he had him backstage for like one of his shows.
Yeah,
was, a nice absolutely. Little touch.
But yeah, I mean, as a wrestler in general, I don't think it gets much better than Seth Rollins in the 21st century, and yeah, he's definitely. I mean, it goes to show his legendary status, but the fact that at 35, he's been number 1 wrestler in the world in Pro Wrestling Illustrated's PWI 500 twice. One of only 5 people to attain the number 1 position more than once.
That is crazy.
And he's only 35. When he did it, he was 33.
He could still do it again. Was this at the time when he was feuding with Lesnar?
So, yeah. But I mean, when you consider that, okay, he's done that more than, you know, your Okadas and your Omegas that people say are the best wrestlers in the world. You know, Seth Rollins isn't on their level, blah, blah, blah. I would disagree. I would say Seth Rollins is firmly on their level. Can you name the other 4 people that have been PWI 500 number 1 more than once? They're all ex-WWE guys or current WWE guys.
All current or ex-WWE guys.
Yeah.
Wasn't Ambrose one?
No.
Has he won it once then?
I think he won it this year.
Yeah, he won it like very recently for with AEW.
This year.
Jericho?
No.
Never won it?
No.
Okay. Cena?
Yes.
Okay, Cena's won. The Rock?
No.
Ric Flair?
No.
Bret Hart?
Yes. Obviously. Goes that saying.
Kurt Angle?
No.
Brock Lesnar?
No. You're missing a really obvious one. The biggest wrestler of all time.
Stone Cold?
Yeah.
So how many's that I've got then?
You got 1 left.
What era was he? Give me a clue for the era.
Era?
Yeah.
Mid-90s till now.
Mid-90s till now? Is he still wrestling? Rey Mysterio?
No.
Oh, the game.
The Triple H has done it twice as well.
Really?
Yeah, he's done it. Believe it or not, yes, Triple H has done it twice.
Jesus Christ.
Gripple H. So, yeah. Who do you think Seth Rollins' greatest opponent is, my friend?
He's always had great matches with Lesnar.
Okay, interesting.
Always, yeah. Reigns, he's always had great chemistry with. Mainly probably because they travelled on the road with each other and they're really good friends in real life.
Yeah, for sure.
Good friends make for great enemies in wrestling.
Good friends, great enemies, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Who else has he sort of done well with? Cena, he had great matches with.
Yeah, Cena is definitely his greatest rival.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, Cena's had so many great matches with him. Cena had that where he kneed Cena in the face and literally smashed his nose to oblivion. and then still managed to Cena like wrestled like 10 minutes after with his nose like over on his cheek.
It's probably uncomfortable to watch.
Have you ever seen it where he like knees and breaks his nose?
I've seen the blood afterwards. I've not seen sort of slow mos.
Have you not seen an actual picture of Cena with his broken nose? Oh mate, it's horrible.
To.
And afterwards, Bret Hart like criticised him and was like, "Well, you know, I never hurt anyone in my career, and that's the reason why Seth Rollins is just not a good wrestler." And he actually criticised Rollins quite a lot after that, saying that he should never have broken his nose and that he was clumsy. However, Rollins has sort of just brushed it off, so not a big deal.
I hate it in respect of like people like Rollins who, over his career, he's maybe sort of, injured 3 people. Like in the amount of times he's wrestled. Oh my god, that is awful.
And he wrestled next week.
Man, that doesn't look like a real nose.
It's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bad.
You can see like his eyes. One of his eyes is shut as well. Like that eye is shut.
Fucking walloped.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, people like him, like he's maybe injured, had like 3 incidents in his career as injured people. I think people like Nia Jax who regularly injure people, nothing is said.
Well, I don't think Bret Hart's a massive fan of Nia Jax. But...
No, I imagine he's not. There's not a lot of people who are a massive fan of Nia Jax.
No, really human.
I will be fucking screaming when she eventually debuts on this podcast.
So, what's your favourite Seth Rollins match, would you say?
I really liked the Royal Rumble match. The triple threat with him. With
yes!
Cena and Lesnar.
Oh, yes, that's in my top matches, for sure.
Fucking great.
Oh, yes. It's definitely in my top matches.
The chemistry between all 3 of them is brilliant.
Yeah.
And the fact, JJ,
the Cena, Lesnar, Rollins triple threat match. Oh, my God, it's so good. Oh, it's phenomenal.
And the fact there's always that, he can still cash in even after the match as well. It's just, the whole jeopardy there is just brilliant. It's like, he's got 2 opportunities here.
Yeah, really, really good match.
Yeah.
I feel like...
What is yours? What's your favourite match for him?
I feel like I'd have to probably go... Yeah, that triple threat match I do love. I'm a big, big fan of... if I'm going to be honest, I'm a big, big fan of the gauntlet match that he had where he went like an hour and 10 minutes.
I remember watching that and thinking, fuck it. I think did he get knocked out by Elias afterwards?
Yeah,
like really
so it's
quickly.
stupid, like Elias beat him,
But he went, the fact he's gone an hour with Roman and Cena and beat both
really good. Really good.
The quality is high.
Yeah, awesome.
From start to finish of that run.
Awesome match. Really, do you know what? Actually, what would be high up there? I really liked, and again, this goes to show how good he is, because obviously at the time, Dominic now is inexperienced, but having Dominic's first match at Survivor at SummerSlam, that was a really, really, really high quality match. At SummerSlam last year, and his character work leading up to that was really good as well. Where he had the Rey Mysterio Halloween Havoc gear made. It was genius.
The eye for an eye match.
Yeah, that wasn't great, but
that was terrible.
The SummerSlam match with Dominic was fantastic. Yeah, I just feel like he's someone who's done so much good stuff. What would you say is your favourite Seth Rollins moment?
You're going to have more moments than me, mainly because you've watched wrestling a lot more. I love when he loses the title to Dean, personally.
Oh, it's a great
just
moment.
Because he sells that Dirty Deeds so well, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't know where he's coming from.
Sells it like death.
Holds the title in the middle of of the ring, like looking round, just he's perplexed where he's going to come from. Dean comes in, smashes him, locks in this Dirty D, and his arms are just everywhere, struggling to escape, and then just like it's completely knocked out by it.
Yeah,
I really like that. I mean, there's so many different moments you can go from. The fact when he won the title at Mania. When he cashed in.
Yeah, cashing in at Mania, cashing in at
probably the greatest cash in of all time.
Yeah, either that or the Ziggler one. The Ambrose one's great as well.
Yeah.
There's lots of good stuff though. I don't know. My favorite moment would probably be hard. I really liked when every time the Shield gets back together. I think that's great. I think that's great. I don't think you can go wrong with getting the Shield back together.
No, you can't.
There's so many great moments where they all sort of go back together. So I'd say that cashing in at WrestleMania. I say getting the RKO from Orton at Mania. I think it's a really great moment.
Great cap.
Because the crowd goes wild for it. Winning Money in the Bank the first time, great moment. Well, the only time, but winning Money in the Bank, great moment.
Some of the people in that match as well.
His return after Extreme Rules when he was injured. Yeah, there's loads of good people in that Money in the Bank match. It's one of the best ones.
Yeah, you've got Jake Hager's in there. You've got RVD's in there.
Rob Van Dam.
Dolph Ziggler's in that match.
He is, yeah.
Ambrose is in that match.
Yeah, and then he goes on to have that good lumberjack match with Ambrose at SummerSlam as well.
Yeah.
Then they have the really good blow-off match. He has the Hell in a Cell match with Owens. That's a really good moment. A really good match as well. That's what I mean. There's so much good stuff that he's done. And even though sometimes you can say, oh, he's not had like a great moment there. But a lot of the times where things have happened that have been atrocious as well, he's not actually been at fault. Like, I don't think you can put the Fiend Hell in a Cell on him.
Oh no, you can't personally put it on him.
And you can't put it on Fiend either.
No, but it just killed the momentum of both of them.
Yeah.
They should have had the title change hands there and then. But in that match, calling a disqualification in a Hell in a Cell match is absolutely crazy.
Ridiculous, yeah. I never watched it actually, so I can say I've never seen it.
I watched it and I just remember the ref
I remember you texted
screaming.
me saying, "Don't fucking watch it," and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's pointless. I think the only match that you have given me that sort of similar reaction of, for fuck's sake, was Goldberg versus The Undertaker.
Oh,
in
hideous.
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, it was hideous. Oh, it wasn't very good.
No.
Wasn't very good.
I ended up watching it and just to see how bad it was. And it's fair to say it was pretty terrible.
Oh, it was awful, mate. It was awful. But yeah, it's interesting. If you want to find more Seth Rollins stuff as well, you can also find him featured regularly on Xavier Woods' YouTube channel, Up, Up, Down, Down, where he goes by the nickname The Champ. In August 2019, he won a number one contenders tournament to challenge Samoa Joe for the Up, Up, Down, Down championship, and defeated Joe in a game of Track and Field 2 to win the title. In October, in his first and only defence, he lost the championship to Becky Lynch in a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite game. So it is interesting, really.
Have you ever considered going for the Up, Up, Down, Down title? As you're a massive gamer and you love all types of games.
I think I probably could win it. Unless it was Madden, because I don't know the rules. I think I might be in a bit of trouble if I have to play someone at Madden. But yeah, I mean, he's done so much stuff. Where would you say, in terms of rankings, would you put him as the best wrestler out of every wrestler that you've seen? Because obviously you've not been watching overly long.
In the top 5. And he's also in the top 5 of people I would say. There's people who are quality that I don't particularly enjoy watching, which probably sounds like a bit of a mad statement. Do you know what I mean? Like people who were like, I'm trying to think of an example of it. Who's good who I don't like?
Charlotte.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. Like, if a Charlotte match comes up now, sometimes I'm almost have to be in the mood to watch it because I'm just, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, I'm just...
Yeah.
I think that's just more the WWE have ruined them for me, not because they've just, oversaturated.
Saturated.
Oversaturated it on TV. But he's, Rollins is just in my top 5. Anyway, he's, you can't moan about his career or his effort because he is, again, one of these people who's just a massive wrestling fan at heart. He's always wanted to be a pro wrestler, and this is probably further than he ever thought he could go.
Yeah, definitely.
And we, the fans recognise it. We all recognise it. And he's a bit like I'm going to say The Undertaker, but bear with me because you're looking at me really like...
Edge.
No, like Rollins is a bit like The Undertaker in like he's always changing his gimmick.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. He does a good job at reinventing.
He's not stayed stale. Since he's come to the main roster, you had Shield Rollins, and then you had Authority Rollins, and then we've had Babyface Rollins that he could carry for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then that was getting a bit much, and now we've got heel Rollins again. But it's a different sort of.
But even then, he's
first
reinvented.
Time he's a different sort of a heel now than the first time he was a heel when he broke up the Shield.
Yeah, mate. But even compared to that, he was, he was the Messiah, wasn't he? And then he turned into the Embrace the Vision.
Yeah.
Rollins. So even that's like drastically different with the cracking suits.
I'll tell you what. For James's wedding, shall we go in those suits?
Oh, they're ace.
Yeah, we'll get one each.
Quality stuff.
Have you sorted your suit for James's wedding?
I'm doing it Friday.
Sweet.
So, just before we go, can you name all the people that he's been tag team champions with?
Okay, so...
Little game for you before we go.
Right, so how many times has he been tag champion?
6. One of those times he's been tag champions with the same person twice.
Okay, so Dean Ambrose.
Yep, he's the one he's with twice.
Roman Reigns.
Yep.
Braun Strowman.
Yep.
Jason Jordan.
Yep.
How many's left? One.
And it's the most recent one.
Murphy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well done, bro.
Did you not expect me to get them?
No.
Well, there we go.
Well done, bro. I didn't expect you to get Jason Jordan anyway.
I remember him because he was... when I first started wrestling, he was around, and you said about the whole sort of Kurt Angle son sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that was like, okay, this is a weird angle. But it just made me remember it, and obviously the Bar beat them. I think it was at the Rumble, actually. And then he entered the Rumble, but he didn't win, but... No, he dropped... They stopped his... That, and then I think they pushed him for the Intercontinental title at that point.
He got a bad neck injury, didn't he? So they called
Jason Jordan.
Yeah, they sort of just called it a day, which is a shame.
Shame for Jason Jordan.
Shame for Jason Jordan.
Yeah, there's all his tag partners right there.
Absolutely. Now, I think we'll probably end up leaving it there. What do you reckon?
Go. Yeah, I think
we'll leave it there.
I think we've covered quite a lot on Seth Rollins.
We'll leave it there. We'll go chill out, and we'll go and see.
I've got one more question, actually.
Go on, go for it.
What do you want to see him do going forward?
What do I want to see him do going forward?
Yeah, like obviously he's going to have this feud with Edge. Where does he go from here?
I would love to see. I would love to see him beat Edge.
Okay.
And then I would... It's a toughie because actually I feel like they should have Reigns beat everyone and then someone new should beat Reigns.
Okay.
However, if they're not going to do that, Rollins has to be the person to beat Reigns.
Do you reckon Reigns is then going to go over Cena at SummerSlam?
If it was me, I would have Reigns beat Cena at SummerSlam.
Okay.
And then Rollins beats Edge. And then you have Reigns versus Rollins and Reigns wins.
What, at the next pay-per-view after SummerSlam?
Yeah. Then someone comes. Then Lesnar comes and beats up... Not Lesnar. What did I say? I had this all out on Twitter earlier. It was perfect.
No, we didn't have Rollins. You just have Reigns beating everyone.
I did. And I'll tell you for why. Yeah, I would have SummerSlam beat Cena. Balor costs Cena the match. Then I would have Survivor Series beat Balor. Then Lesnar attacks after the match. The Rumble, I would have Reigns beat Lesnar. Then The Rock enters the Rumble, surprise and wins. WrestleMania, beat The Rock. And then SummerSlam next year, I would then say someone new beats him.
So someone who's possibly on NXT now.
Or
comes up and beats him.
Well, not even that. Just someone who's not been a champion. Because whoever ends a 2-year title reign is going to immediately get over as a big wrestler. as a big character, as a big person. Whether that's Big E or whether that's someone like
Cesaro.
Yeah, I'd have someone beat him. But yeah, that's what I'd do if it was me. So
Fair enough.
yeah, but there we go. We'll just call it there. But yeah, tweet us your favourite Seth Rollins moments. Tweet us your favourite Seth Rollins matches. Tweet us about Seth Rollins in general. You can find all of our links for where you can feature us on our Twitter page at NXTBTTF. But Adam, we've had a long old day of recording.
It's been a long day.
This has been slightly mishmash. We've had a good chat about moments and times and matches and feuds and all those great things. But yeah, let's hear what everyone else thinks. For now, I think we should probably go back to yours.
Have a roast then.
That's it.
Let's go. Right.
Absolutely. So, we'll see everyone later. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.